And gentlemen, I've got 10 o'clock on the dot, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin this morning, as usual, with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, we come to you this morning, and I thank you for the start of a new day, a new week. We thank you, Lord, for the many blessings you've bestowed upon this community and this state and nation. Thank you, Lord, for the chance to be here and address the business before us. I pray for your guidance and wisdom in all the decisions before us today and in the week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right, the next item we have on our agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business, you're welcome to do so at this time. Mr. Posey, good morning, sir.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
Just a quick reminder for everybody in our audience that filing period has gone on from the 8th of November to the 8th of December at 6:30 p.m. We'd love to have candidates run for office. I think it's the American thing to do, and please come and make yourself heard. So you can check with me, the Republican chair, or our good friend, the Democrat chair. Sign up, and away you go.
Do you also recruit candidates to run against you, Bill, for your seat?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just thought, okay. Let the record show you can also run against Bill Posey if you want.
Judge, in that instance, I'm the loser.
It is a thankless job. Thank you for all
Judge,
that, Bill.
that was a great point, Judge.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Wow.
Victoria, good morning.
Good
Victoria.
morning, Judge, Commissioners. It's very nice to see you all this morning. I just wanted to bring some attention to an event that we're having on our Texas A&M University campus this Wednesday. We finally have a Turning Point USA representative that's going to be joining us. He's going to be gauging the interest of the students and seeing how many people would be interested in being involved in Turning Point chapter. He's going to be there from 12 to 5. I know the location exactly on campus is a little tentative right now because we want to make sure that we're in an area that's going to bring optimal student traction. And Turning Point USA focuses on promoting core conservative principles that have helped shape our country, and we really just want to uplift, encourage, and empower young conservatives that are looking to find some community to exercise their beliefs. And we really just want to hopefully bring in some young leaders and rise them up. And so if you guys do have a minute, I'd love for you to stop by. I will be there the entire 12 to 5 time, so we're super excited. And I know that following the success of Turning Point at TAMUV, I know that VC already has an administrator that's looking to follow and establish that over there. We are still looking for a representative for us at this time, but we're hoping that we can find that on Wednesday. And so anyone here, Commissioners, Judge, anyone in the audience that has college students that attend TAMUV, please let them know. We would love to speak with them, and hopefully we can ensure that this chapter will be a success. If you guys have any advice or encouragement, please reach out. I'd love to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make this chapter a success.
Awesome. Thank you,
Awesome.
Victoria.
Thank you,
for
Victoria.
that and for your work there. And the court is very supportive of free speech from all angles and directions, and good to see that organization being on the A&M Victoria campus. Mr. Vondereau.
Morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I just wanted to apologize for Commissioner Garcia for eating all the cookies I made last week for his birthday. So I made 20 for him and the rest of people and stuff, you know. So I would like to appreciate all the restaurants that gave free meals for the Veterans Day, CWV, Freddy's, Roadhouse, Golden Corral. You can take a rain check at Golden Corral, and you got up to 7 months to use the ticket for the free meal. And I want to appreciate everything. And State Representative Lauterbach. I met him at the meet and greet, and his office is helping me with these loose dogs. They're still really bad, and the Animal Care Services is a no-kill shelter, and there's no need to call them if there's a loose dog because there's no room for them until they get a grant to adopt them. But when I finished this commissioners court meeting last Monday, a dog attacked me. I had to mace him and stuff. It was right off Red River and Jecker Street, and I would hope people stay off Jecker Street, specifically 2207 Jecker Street. There was 29 dogs they have, and I don't know how he can afford to feed them. He don't even have a job. But anyway, animal control, they captured 11 of them, and he wants them back, and I hope they don't give him those 11 dogs. They're very aggressive and violent. I don't know if they're going to euthanize them or retrain them or what, but I do wish people could do something about these dangerous dogs. It seems like they're getting worse and worse, and you know, there was 3 of them right at my apartment, you know, coming here, and you know, I wish people would be responsible, and I don't think the answer is education. I think it's enforcement. I think all those people that have warrants out for their arrest, you know, for dogs, they need to just pick them up and put them in jail. You know, some of those people have warrants 3 and 4 years for these dogs, and appreciate it, and thanks for State Representative Lauterbach for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Mr. Vonderow, thank you, and your mom for all the cookies. I got a box full of cookies.
Good morning, Dan.
Morning, Judge. Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
Just quick update. KBDI is at 633, so it's still climbing. So we are still under the burn ban. However, if you're watching the weather, we got a good little chance of rain coming later this week
Sure need it.
for several days. So let's do the rain dance or whatever we need to do. Try to get some of that rain down this way. So.
Excellent. Thank you,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Thank you, sir.
And speaking of Representative Lauterbach, we're always delighted to have our state rep here. Representative, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Court, Judge, other elected officials that are here. I have the honor this morning of bringing to you a resolution for an outstanding county clerk, Miss Heidi Easley. And so I'd like to honor her and talk a little bit about her career and what she stands for in this county and the award she's been given. She was named the 2025 County Clerk of the Year by the County and District Clerks Association of Texas. Whereas Ms. Easley began her career with Victoria County in 1994. And she first took office as county clerk in 2015. She is a member of the County and District Clerks Association of Texas, where she has contributed a number of committees, including as community outreach chair. She has also been involved in the organization's mentorship program, and she is treasurer for Region 8. Highly respected in her profession, she has served as a speaker and panelist at various conferences and other events. Very active in the community. It's my honor to give her this resolution, and certainly let's bring it to the attention of everyone in Victoria County that we've got the premier county clerk here in the state. So, with you, Heidi.
Speech. Don't photobomb this.
Getting out of the way.
Congratulations, Heidi. That is a high
Congratulations,
honor.
Heidi. Speech.
Thank you very much, Representative Lauterbach. It's certainly a surprise this morning. I could not do any of this without the hard work and dedication of my staff members. Without them, there's no backbone in the office. And without the public support, when I have people come up and say, "Who's your boss?" I said, "You are. I work for you. I work for the public. I am a servant. I am proud to be a servant to the people of Victoria County. And again, I am very, very overwhelmed by this great honor, and I appreciate it very much. And I thank you to the court for their support as well.
Well done, Heidi.
Good job, Heidi.
Other comments in citizens' communication this morning?
I just want to give a final reminder for my Commissioner Communication Forum. That'll be tomorrow evening. Doors open at 5 o'clock. I'll begin speaking around 5:30. That's at the Heritage Building located at 205 West Goodwin. So hope to see some folks there. Thank you very much.
Do you have to be a constituent in Precinct 3, or is everybody welcome?
Everybody's welcome. If you shoot a question to me in regards to your specific precinct, I'm probably going to redirect you to your commissioner, but I'll be happy to do that or try to answer any questions that you have.
Awesome. Thank you, Commissioner. Other comments this morning before we move along? One thing I'll point out, I know we had gotten a lot of questions about the next month's Commissioners Court schedule. Our last meeting of the year next month will be on the 15th, so we will not have Commissioners Court on the 22nd or 29th. And I assume that works, Michelle, in your world? Okay. Okay, excellent. So that's the game plan, just as an FYI. Anything else up here before we move on? All right. We will move right along in our agenda to item number 4, which is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your agenda packets.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for November 17th, 2025 are $1,205,418.91. Supplemental payments are $73,580.35.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county judge, county commissioners precincts numbers 1 through 4, justice of the peace precinct number 3, and pretrial services.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. Item 8 is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments and take appropriate action. Let me see here. There it is. We have the November 13th memo from our hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $165,123.43. The ACH report on that same date of November 13th totaled $1,819,702.86.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is something very special that we're always excited to do. That's to recognize the third quarter 2025 employee anniversaries and take appropriate action. This, like I say, is something we're happy to do. It's something very special. I know in most offices and departments, there's an internal anniversary recognition or powwow of some kind, but Commissioners Court, as a body, always likes to take the opportunity and recognize the milestone work anniversaries of our folks here at the county. We have nearly 600 employees across all of our dozens of offices and departments, and it's those folks, you all, who make the county the huge success that it is. And so this morning, we are going to recognize those who have a milestone anniversary in the third quarter. We'll do this similar to last time. Chris will read the names. Let's see, Madison has the stack of certificates. And then we'll take a photo based upon years of service 1, 5, 10, and then on up. Should we go ahead and stand down here and then? Yes. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. And I always get our process confused. For the mementos and gifts, that's through the link that you email out, Yanni, or do we go down?
1 year goes down to HR.
Okay.
Anybody 5 years and older will get a.
Okay, that works. All right. Good looking group we've got this year.
Rick McBrayer, can you hear me in the back? If you cannot hear me, thumbs down. Thank you, Rick. With 1 year of county service, Vincent Aguilar. Vincent. Michael Balboa. Jason Garcia. Laurel Ortego. Claire Profile. Bryson Knudsen. Caleb Williams. Annalisa Benoit. We must have a misprint here. It says Noah Jackson. You're Noah? Amanda Gonzalez. James Thompson. Elizabeth Garcia. Celeste Garcia. Marvin Fairs Jr. With 5 years of county service.
Okay, well, let's get a photo here first and then, let's see, y'all wanna scoot over here, we'll kinda. No, it's fine. Just tell us where to sit. All right.
With 5 years of county service, we have Joanne Garcia. Maricela Mujica. Connor Patterson. Leslie Valenzuela. With 10 years of county service.
None of our 5 people?
No fives today.
We won't hold it against any of them.
That's it. 10 years. Jacqueline Garcia. Cindy Pena. Paige Melton. David Gonzalez.
There he is.
Lance Orsak. Juan Yanis. David Stitham.
Thanks, Ian.
Leticia Villarreal. That's the total for
That's
the tents.
continued, all right, let's scoot over here. Scoot back, yeah.
With 15 years of county service, Jeffrey Green. Crystal Rodriguez. With 20 years of county service, Edward Flores. Go ahead.
Okay, well, let me put you right
With 25 years of county service, Nora Brosig Kuchera.
You're not even that old, are you?
Christy Moya.
She couldn't be here today, but she said thank you. That's it.
Go ahead.
Okay, well.
I have one final name written at the bottom, and at the end it says 14, but I think it has to be 40. Pama, where are you?
Congratulations. No, that is it. Awesome. Well, we do thank all of you who were here this morning for being here. And again, this is just a little token of the court's appreciation, recognizing you guys again, the success of the county And our many recent successes are due to our great employees, so thank you all, and great work, congratulations. We appreciate y'all. Let's give them another round of applause.
Yeah, it did. Now we can have court. Is there anybody here that's been longer than Now let's get down to business.
All right, moving on in our agenda now. Item number 10 is to hear a presentation recapping the 2025 VC 360 program and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well.
It was a great turnout for employee recognition. Lots of support in here. That was wonderful. So today we're just going to do a quick recap of our VC 360 program that we launched this year. Our first session started September 30th, and our certification presentation was on November 4th. So first, I'd like to thank everybody that has something to do with this, from the brainchild with Judge and Commissioners to Judge's office, my OEM team, Amanda Reyes. I know she's no longer here, but it took a group of people to make this happen. And of course, all of our speakers that showed up to give information to all of our attendees. From the logo design to developing our mission statement to creating the agendas and the overall planning. So with creating the name, we not only wanted to highlight the involvement of the county, but we wanted to recognize its rich history. So we wanted to do a full circle look at our county and what we have to offer and how that all came to be. So throughout the program and through our speakers and presentations, our attendees learned about where we are now, where we are going, and the history that has enabled us to be here today. Next slide, please. In our mission statement, we wanted to, we not only wanted to foster the understanding and transparency and collaboration between us and our public, but it gave us an opportunity to hear from them, learn from them, and they learned from us as well. So our mission statement is, our mission is to foster understanding, transparency, and collaboration through local government and the public. Through interactive and meaningful experiences, VC 360 showcases how Victoria County delivers exceptional service to its residents in a fair, efficient, and courteous manner. So next slide, please. Thank you. Our week one was with our county judge, Ben Zeller, and all of our commissioners, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Ort, Mr. Martin, and Mr. Sexton. It really just gave our residents an opportunity to meet their elected officials, get a high-level overview of what the county offers, the budget, the numerous departments that are within our organization. And so it's a 6-week program. Excuse me. We had 17 speakers, 3 optional tours, including the Juvenile Justice Center, the courthouse, and then Sheriff Marr brought out his SWAT team and K-9 unit. And we had 27 overall attendees that attended the program. So our original cap was 25. We pushed that to 30. So we had 30 people accept the invitation. And then life happened, so we ended up with a total number of 27. We do have a wait list for next year already with 10 to 15 people on that. They'll be getting a pre-invite in April, and then we'll open it up to the public again in May and go through the same process as reviewing the applicants, and then this committee will select who will attend it next year. We'll do this every fall. It will be a 6-week, maybe 8-week program every fall moving forward. So we did get some great feedback, and I'll get into that in a second. Next slide, please. Week 2 was our juvenile, or not juvenile, but the topic of juveniles was a hot topic during all of their presentations. But we got to hear from our DA, Constance Johnson, Brian Watson, our public defender, Judge Garza, Judge Gillum, and Judge Whitaker. Again, at the end of this, a lot of our attendees, their feedback was, we had no idea the different levels of judicial system that are in the county. And like I said, juvenile was a very hot topic as far as the process and what happens to our kids once they, need some guidance. Next slide, please. Sorry, next slide. Week 3 was our law enforcement, OEM, and then our Juvenile Justice Center. So we did the presentation. This was our extended session. We started with juvenile services, which we ran out of time. Again, juvenile topic was a hot and heavy conversation. They just wanted to know more, which also gave us the opportunity to do a tour at the Juvenile Justice Center. Shout out to Pama and her staff for being instrumental. We had about 20 attendees come out and do over an hour tour out there, so they were able to get a better understanding of their facility and then their staff. Of course, we did OEM. Rick McBrayer and everybody on our OEM team did a high-level overview of what we offer down there. And then Sheriff Marr, again, he was worried that his presentation wouldn't be a full 30 minutes, but we sure did go up to that 30 minutes. And then we all went outside, and they had their Bearcat and their SWAT team and the K-9 out there doing their demonstrations as well. Another slide, please. So that's just some more photos, and then our attendees down at the Juvenile Justice Center. And then we had Mark Sloat and David Gonzalez come out. Again, our attendees we're learning something new each week. They learned a lot about the budgeting, the grants, the different ways these two departments function and how they serve, not just in the county, but they're very heavily involved in the city, and then the health department being regional. So next slide, please. Then our fifth week, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose count here, we had our Lenny come out with the airport. Margetta was covering elections, which was very fitting for the election that was coming up on November 4th. And then Jeff Bright, our Heritage Director, rounded out our entire program with giving a good hour-long presentation about the history of Victoria County. They took, again, they learned something from everybody's presentation, but on the surveys, they had a lot of feedback about the airport, and they wanted to know more about the airport. But with our time constraints that we had, we ran out of time with a lot of our presentations, so that was the number one feedback that we got from each of them, was they wanted more time. Whether that's an 8-week program, maybe it's 3 hours instead of 2. But the committee will be meeting this week to review all the surveys, go over all the things that we've been taking notes over for the last 7 weeks, and make the program better for next year as well. Next slide, please. One more. Okay, if you can go to the next slide, thank you. We rounded out, it was a 6-week program, but we managed to fit 17 speakers into 5 weeks. So that it was fast and furious, full of great information, but it almost felt like we didn't even really get to scratch the surface with the amount of information that we have here at the county. Again, a lot of the feedback, one of them in particular was, I had no idea that the county had this many programs, this many departments, the elected officials, the day-to-day stuff. They assumed it was all lumped in with the city. So to be able to educate them and share with them just how much is done here at the county was a breakthrough. And that's really one of the things that we wanted to do with this program, was educate our residents, share with them everything that we're doing, all the great work that our people are doing behind the scenes. So this platform really gave us the opportunity to showcase all of that. Last slide. So we had 27 individuals graduate from our program. We are creating an alumni group, so we'll be inviting them back annually for either a lunch or a dinner, and we'll just keep them abreast of what's happening throughout the county, update them on the budget, and then again, give us the opportunity to hear from them as we move forward into the coming years. I'd like to highlight some of the feedback. So the comments were about how much the county does. They gained a better understanding of the county operations, requesting more time with each speaker. Whether it was adding an hour to the program or adding weeks, the committee will meet and we'll reevaluate that. They also wanted more interactive opportunities. So whether that's giving them a couple more options to do a tour at the Juvenile Justice Center, adding the airport tour, doing, more than one tour here at the courthouse, whatever that may look like, they wanted more. That's all that we kept hearing. We just want more. There's so much, and we're barely scratching the surface. Give us more. So our next steps is, again, we will hold that fall. We will hold this every fall in the future. There's a lot of other programs happening in the spring, so we focus on the fall to complement those other programs that are happening and to be involved with our residents. So, and then it's probably in the summer, I think Judge and I talked about maybe having that alumni luncheon to bring them back in and have them hear another presentation about our budget. Do y'all have any questions? I know that was a lot. I was trying to move pretty quick.
No, I just want to say thank you, Lauren, to you and your team. This was the first time out of the gate for this program, and from the, I'm going to say the outside looking in, it was a flawless launch. I did amazing job. I know y'all are looking at ways to improve it, but it was a great first launch. It was a wonderful job. Thank y'all very much, you and your team.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
We appreciate y'all's support as well.
It was a huge success, and I know we have a couple participants here in our Kim, Terry, y'all successfully completed the program, and I know it was a delight having y'all there, and a huge success. Like the commissioner pointed out, this was the first run at this, but it went phenomenally well, and I do want to commend you, Lauren, for putting this all together, spearheading it. I know there was a good team, a committee working on that, but bright ideas are just a commodity. It's the execution, the implementation that matters, and you not only had this concept as an idea on your list, but you got it done, and done extremely well, and I know it only gets better from here, so excellent work on your part, and I'm very pleased with the way this turned out. This was a huge success, and I really commend you and the others that were involved. But you steering the ship, spearheading this, huge success, so awesome work.
Thank you.
Thank you
Lauren,
so much.
I ran into somebody that graduated the next day in public, and he mentioned to me that he was on his form that he filled out in here. You mentioned he said that his only complaint was he couldn't read, that the writing was too small on the.
I'm very familiar with that person, and he
Okay.
likes to give constructive criticism. So yes, we're going to make modifications for that as well next
Yeah,
year.
okay. I didn't hear him. I didn't know if he actually turned it in or not because
He did.
Because I told him it's okay. You know, I mean that's what the survey is for. you know.
Absolutely. So, and that's what we told them too as we were finishing up this year's program was we asked them to be as candid as they wanted to be.
Sure.
We were looking for that constructive criticism because that's the only way we can get better. And some of them were intentionally invited because we knew that they would give that candid feedback as well.
Good.
So each of them completed a survey. Each of them had, some of them were mirrored each other, but some of them were things that we didn't think about. So again, once we meet this week and we're able to put that all together, we'll provide that feedback to each of you as well. But yes, we hope to make this better and grow on this for next year.
Good job. My hat goes off to y'all.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank
Lauren.
y'all so much.
I have a challenge for you, Lauren. Get Mr. Vonderroh involved in the next one.
I'll let you invite him. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right, moving on in the agenda to item number 11, that is to canvass the November 4th, 2025 general election and take appropriate action. I don't see Margetta here, but we do have a memo from her and the final results of the constitutional amendment election, and then the other items that were on a ballot that the Victoria County Elections and Office administered. So there's a copy in front of you. Any discussion or questions related to that? I know in practice we don't read out every percentage and every vote on every item, but it is right here, and that'll go into the record as part of the official canvass.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the November 4th, 2025 election. Canvass that. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion approved. And we will all need a signature on that form right there. Item number 12 is to consider appointment of additional members to the Victoria County Emergency Services Planning Task Force and take appropriate action. As we have gotten this task force up and running, we felt internally that there was a couple more individuals who would add value to our efforts, one being either the sheriff or the sheriff's designee. Did you determine, Sheriff, if you'll do that, or you want to have somebody in your office?
I'll get back.
Okay. We'll keep it as broad.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, excellent. So, and the additional appointee will be the sheriff or the sheriff's designee. And additionally, there's a member of the public. We, and Commissioner Martin had suggested that it would be valuable to have a member of the public, specifically from the business community, out in the county to participate. In the individual that we reached out to, Commissioner, I believe you had spoken to him already.
Yes,
Um,
Scott Nelson.
Scott Nelson, and he was agreeable to serve.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So the two additions before us today are the two that I just mentioned. Do we have a motion to approve their appointments?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved, and we are having a meeting of that task force this week to get the ball rolling on that. Moving on in the agenda, item 13, that is to consider approval of the General Land Office contract number 24-065-186-F328 for the Community Development Grant Mitigation Program, Regional Mitigation Program projects, and take appropriate action. Hello, Robin.
Hi, that was a mouthful, but just so you know, it came straight off the contract. So we like to be technically correct. Congratulations. Our award should be approved here shortly. We've discussed this many times. $6.576 million for disaster mitigation, mainly street and drainage improvements. Now we get started on the rest of the work so we can get moving and get to our end goal, which is to get the projects done.
Well, that's a significant chunk of money. Can you give folks an idea of what projects that will be used for?
Sure. So this is going to be individually, it's pretty much at this time divided evenly between the precincts for the most part. So if you guys want to talk about any of your main projects that you have, there are some that we have to reassess. There was some emergency work obviously done because it took quite a while for us to get to this point. So does anybody want to be specific about what projects they do?
So for precinct one, on the amount of money that will be split on my part, we're using most of it for drainage issues that we have in the
That's
precinct,
correct.
which is a big problem for us. So I thank you for that.
Yeah,
work,
and there's a
Robin. And-
coordination, a lot of coordination in precinct one for the drainage work, including with the drainage district and
Yes,
stuff like
ma'am.
that. So that one's a good one.
And precinct two, we have various areas that were needing drainage improvement that were built back in the 80s that we're going to be focusing on. There's multiple of them, and also too, if there's some emergency issues that you just mentioned, I don't want to say it and then it be emergency.
Yeah, we're gonna have to assess that. Obviously, within a couple of years, those things had to be handled. So we'll be addressing that. Since I put that out there, that's also going to be, obviously, prices may have increased over time too. So the things that have been done may help account for the cost overruns that we'll be facing as well, and any options that we have when we go out to bid, doing alternates, and choosing that. Those funds, those additional funds may assist in covering some of that. We usually do have at least some choices to make or a little bit of cost overrun to consider.
Yeah.
Very good.
For precinct three, the majority of the grant is going to be applied to drainage projects and road resurfacing.
Precinct 4 is Telfner, drainage improvements in the town, Hill Road, repair and drainage and replacing the road. These are areas that have been long overdue. And I also want to make a note that on the agenda item memo attachment 2, this caught my eye right off the bat, it says 65
million? Yeah, I saw that too.
Should be a decimal in between there for the record.
5 million.
Yeah.
Should be 6.5.
Oh, in the,
I got it really excited when I saw
I
that.
did too. I was like,
Take it.
Unless that isn't a typo and that's real, well,
no, in my copy right here, it's correct.
I just think, for the record, we need to have a
Yes.
decimal in there.
6 point.
In my memo,
Robin, thank you very much for all your help as always. I know you've done a lot.
anytime, we have a lot more work to do, so.
I know we do, but you got us this far and you came and, you always listen to us because we were,
This came up right out, a little while after we came into office.
Right.
About March of 2023.
Sure.
So we're
And thank
happy.
you also for always being open to, I'd rather tell you the truth than lie to you about how quickly it's going to happen. So
I appreciate
thank you
it,
for
too.
allowing me to be honest. And sometimes it's just, it's takes some time.
it's a process.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Robin.
thank you.
Robin.
Do we have a motion to approve item 13?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 14 is to consider adoption of a fee schedule for the Victoria County Fire Marshal's Office and take appropriate action. Welcome back, Dan.
Good morning again.
Morning, Dan.
Judge, Commissioners. All right, so I've created a fee schedule, and I wouldn't say created, I've actually mirrored what the city already does as far as fee schedules. As you know, that we're starting to grow more outside the city limits out into the county. And with that growth, for us to be responsible and protecting of the citizens, we need to inspect those buildings. We need to review the plans as they come in to make sure that they're gonna fit fire and life safety compliance. So I've found myself, seems I'm getting more and more requests for plan reviews, more and more requests for inspections. Right. The creation of Fire Marshal's Office is to do suspicious fires, prevention to the citizens, and public education to the citizen for fire safety. As we grow and I have to work more and more on plan reviews, more and more on inspections, it takes away from the intent of why the office was started. So creating a fee schedule helps recover some of that cost, so that way I can potentially bring in more personnel or find more technology to help make it more efficient and stuff. So I think we're at a point where, with the growth and everything, that we should look at implementing a fee schedule for all the extra services that are provided outside the intent of the creation of the Fire Marshal's Office.
Makes sense.
Yep, I agree.
And like I said, I married it with the city, so that way we're not trying to charge more or less, anything else. It's kind of in line what everyone's already accustomed to paying for plan review and permit fees.
I agree. This is definitely needed.
Very good. Any questions for Dan up here?
No, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a motion to approve the fee schedule presented?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
putting
Thank you,
that
Dan.
together.
Appreciate
Dan,
it.
let's see, you've got the next one also.
I do.
15 is to consider approval of a request to reimburse the DaCosta Volunteer Fire Department in the amount of $2,559.49 for necessary repairs to DaCosta Engine 1 and take appropriate action.
Yes, so they're requesting $2,559.49. This is repairs to one of their tanks on their tanker trucks. And as you know, water is very valuable out in the rural areas, so we don't need the water leaking out of the tank and being empty at the scene. So we do have funds in the assistance funds to cover this, and just asking if the court will approve it.
Move to approve.
Absolutely.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Item 16 is to consider the following in connection with the Victoria County Regional Public Safety Training Center renovation project and take appropriate action. A, ratify general construction contract change order number 1, and B, authorize the county engineer to execute all future documents as needed in connection with said project.
Judge and Commissioner, change order number 1 associated with the Regional Public Safety Training Center. During the demolition and work that's ongoing at the project, some things that were not anticipated were uncovered, such as a sewer line underneath the building was cast iron, and that had deteriorated. We also had some HVAC issues that we needed to insulate that in the ceiling, and other items that were discovered during the repair of this building. It's recommended that the court approve this change order and also allow me, or ratify the change order signed by the judge, and then authorize my office to execute future change orders that we deem appropriate and bring to the court, so the progress on the project can continue.
John, on this, weren't there additional, didn't we expand the scope of what we were originally doing? This wasn't merely things that came up unexpectedly? Didn't we make some tweaks to the scale and scope of what we were doing, or am I misremembering that?
We eliminated, we chose a phase of the project or alternate that did not include a finish out of a certain space.
Okay.
We had some flooring issues. There was also some roof repair that needed to be done, as well as the majority of the cost is associated with that cast iron pipe that was not known when we began the remodeling.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, John. And Michelle, are we clear on where that, I guess these will be bond, okay, CO proceeds. Okay,
Yep.
very good. Thank you, John.
Thank
Any
you.
further discussion on 16A and B? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
Moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, John. Item 17 is to consider the following in connection to a plating variance request for the Lucas subdivision, 11.9 acre tract located within the City of Victoria Extraterritorial Jurisdiction, ETJ, at 2347 Oliver Road in Precinct 2. A is to receive approved variance to City Ordinance Section 21-138A, authorizing the plating of a rural detached single-family dwelling lot below the minimum total lot size requirement. And B is to authorize the county judge to sign the Lucas subdivision plat, city plat file number 250702. Good morning, Avery.
Good morning, Avery.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Avery.
So this particular variance request, pursuant to City Ordinance Section 21-138A, sets the minimum lot size within the ETJ for the land use of a rural detached single-family dwelling lot at 1.5 acres. The particular lot that's in question on the plat is 1.28 acres. And so it is our office's recommendation that this variance be approved. I will note that this has already gone through the city's planning commission and city council. Planning commission recommended that the variance be approved, and council has passed a resolution approving that variance. So this is just to also receive our acceptance as part of the process.
Simple enough.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And let's see, 18 is to receive for the record.
Judge, let me.
Go ahead,
I wanted to ask
Commissioner.
Avery a question on that.
Yes, sir.
This 17. What happens when people aren't notifying you and they make changes and file stuff and we have no clue what they're doing?
With regards
how do
to
we
what
fix that?
specifically?
I'm sorry?
With regards to what specifically?
So when they're subdividing property or want something done and they don't know to come to the county, but they get it done anyway?
Yes, sir. So that is something that continues to pop up where we have subdivisions in the county, particularly in the unincorporated areas. Within incorporated areas, all plating has to follow the city process per a 2002 MOU between the county and the city, where the city's plat review process handles all those plats within the extraterritorial jurisdiction. Just for the public's reminder, the ETJ boundary is 3.5 miles from the city limits boundary. So any property that is touched, or a portion of a property that might be within that boundary, that entire property is treated as if it's within the ETJ and should be platted in accordance with the city's platting requirements. So it goes through their entire internal review. For any properties that are outside of that boundary in the unincorporated area of the county, we have a plat exemption process, and those allowable plat exemptions are incorporated from those that are provided by the state Texas Local Government Code. Those have been adopted by court for the purposes of allowing people to not have to plat. Our issue that we've seen here recently are several properties, and I should back up. That's several years. It's not just a recent issue. It's happened since the adoption of the Development Standards Manual, where we've adopted those plat exemptions. Particularly, we'll see a meets and bounds description given for a particular property, and then that property will have been subdivided by just a deed that's recorded. If it's greater than 10 acres, that's our most common plat exemption. In the past, prior to Development Standards Manual, that was, largely accepted. And so there are several surveying firms that may just believe that that's business as usual. But it is our process in the county for them to come to our office for a plat exemption. A lot of that is to make sure that these lots that are being subdivided are not landlocked, that they have the appropriate private or public access easements to be able to access and enjoy that property. And then also just to ensure that there are no outstanding issues that we can, or that we might receive liability for. So it's a way for us to review what's happening and to make sure, like I said, that the property being sold to future landowners of Victoria County, that their ability to enjoy their property and their rights as property owners are not otherwise encumbered. And most of that is just to eliminate civil issues that are between property owners.
All right. Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Item number 18 is to receive, for the record, a fully executed interlocal agreement between the County of Victoria and the City of Victoria related to the provision of LiDAR DEM data and 1-foot elevation contours, and take appropriate action.
So this particular item is just a follow-up to our previous presentation. The city has agreed and they have passed the interlocal agreement that was executed recently by City Council. So we're looking forward to sometime in December or January, the flyover's taking place, and then we'll receive both the digital elevation model data associated with the 1-foot contours where that data has been processed. You can currently view that data in the city's GIS portal.
Okay.
You'll notice that it's limited to largely around city limits. This expands that countywide. So we're very excited for this information and for the benefits that it's going to provide to road and bridge crews, and then just the public in general, being able to have access to that information.
That's exciting. It really is.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Do we have a motion to receive?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Avery.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 19 is to consider approval of a lease purchase agreement with SHI Government Solutions for the purchase of Nutanix and Fortnite computer Fortinet computer hardware. Did I say that right?
Fortinet.
Whatever it's called. Pending legal review and take appropriate action. Matt, good morning.
Good morning.
What have we got here? I know we've talked about this. But
Yeah,
jog my
so it's a somewhat complex project here. So the county uses a software called VMware for its virtual server infrastructure, which runs basically everything that the county does in-house. A few years ago, the software was purchased by Broadcom, which is a big conglomerate, and they're known for upping the prices, changing the subscription models, and so that's resulted in large increases for the past 2 years for this VMware software. And they're increasingly hostile towards support and getting quotes, and they basically don't want small customers anymore is what.
Interesting business model.
Yeah. So after this year again, we had another large increase. We decided, it's time to look at something new, and we're in a good window to do that because there's several moving pieces of this. And so we evaluated 4 different options, and the 5-year cost of all 4 of those different options. Option 1 being continue with what we have and just paying the increases, which we believe will be at least 20% a year on the VMware software. And so that came out to approximately $1.1 million over 5 years. Option 2, 3, and 4 were to switch to other products, and those all had cost more in the $600,000 to $700,000 over 5-year costs. The option we feel is best is option 4, which is Nutanix, for a projected 5-year cost of $657,791.33. So what we had done, we didn't have this all together at budget time, and so we budgeted basically what we felt next year was going to cost for VMware, and so that put approximately $150,000 for the various pieces of that in next year's budget already.
Okay.
So working with that, and there's also some lead time involved, so we wanted to get started this year so we can get the hardware and get off of it by our renewal time next year.
Okay.
So in negotiating a lease purchase agreement to spread the payments of this over 5 years, we're going to make an initial payment this year of $50,000, which is going to be from unused salary money in my budget. And then the next 4 years will be the lease payment of $151,000, which represents money that is already in the budget that we were going to spend on VMware anyway. And so this keeps our cost level over the next 5 years. It's fixed. Everything we're purchasing on this includes 5 years of maintenance and support and all of that. And so we won't have those 20% or more unknown increases over the next few years. And then at the end of 5 years, we own the equipment. We can decide to either renew support on it or, depending on how things are in 5 years, determine what our next step will be after that. So are there any questions or that, or anything I need to explain
No
further?
questions. I do appreciate
It's a
Matt.
complicated project.
It was, and I know it took you a while to explain it to me, but I know you were also very diligent in analyzing our various options, and I'm fully supportive of your recommendation here, so.
And this has gone through Kevin Cullen for a legal review. We had a couple of little minor changes that we've gotten worked into the final copy of the lease agreement.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Item number 20 is to consider approval of it says retainer agreement, but as scanned into the package, it is an engagement letter. Consider approval of engagement letter with Thomas Gooch to provide professional legal consultant services to Victoria County and take appropriate action. We have Thomas here this morning. As everybody is aware, the county does not have an inside general counsel yet. So in the meantime, we are using and have a very skilled outside legal counsel. This agreement with Thomas is to be available in addition to our current attorneys, not in lieu of, to help with our ever-growing slew of stuff, projects, activities, legal work. Thomas, anything you want to share with us this morning?
Thank you, Judge Zeller. Good morning to the judge and each commissioner here. Thank you for the opportunity to help out. Since retiring from the city about coming up on 3 years ago already, I've been running my own law firm, and I represent various different types of local governmental entities, including cities, but also school districts, appraisal districts, even municipal utilities, economic development corporations, kind of throughout the entire region. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to working with you guys on anything that you guys might need additional assistance with. The engagement letter specifically says that our projects will be approved by the county judge so that there's a single point of contact approving everything. And the way I understand that will work is that if any of you has a specific request for my firm, I'll just reach out to the judge to make sure that I get an email confirming that project before we get started on anything.
Okay.
Any questions anyone has?
Thank you.
Sir,
No
thank you.
questions. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for being here this morning.
Move for approval.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21 is to consider approval of Resolution 2025-101 for various donations contributed to Victoria County Animal Services in fiscal year 2025 and take appropriate action. Looks like the total value of those one-time donations is in the amount of $3,523.61. And those are itemized for the record as part of this resolution.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22 is to receive for the record the fully executed detention and residential contracts between Webb County and the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Oh, is there more than one page? I'm sorry.
No, it was just that one.
Oh, just that one? Okay.
Item 23 is to receive for the record the following letters of permission to enter private property in Precinct 3. A. Lloyd Allen Livingston II at approximately 1400 block of Kemper City Road South, Victoria, Texas, for the purpose of improving drainage. B. Thomas Stafford at 6265 Colettoville Road, for the purpose of improving drainage in Dana Jones at 13380 San Antonio River Road, with the purpose of depositing excess materials.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 24 is to receive for the record notification of alignment of health plan premium deductions for the 2026 health plan year and take appropriate action. Good morning, Gianni.
Morning.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning.
So as we've gone through the transition with our providers, it was a great opportunity to look at how our insurance premiums were being deducted. Currently for employees, we have half of our benefits being deducted the month before the coverage and the other half being deducted the month of. So one of the discussions during the transition was that we align all of those. And so for the 2026 plan year, all of the deductions will take place during the month of coverage, which impact to the employee means that in December, they will not see deductions for medical, dental, and vision because those premiums were already paid in November deductions. So everything will start fresh in January in terms of medical, dental, and vision. Any other
Sounds
Makes
good.
sense?
Move to approve.
Yep.
Second.
Yeah, well done on cleaning that up.
Or
Yeah.
move to receive, I guess would be more the
Second.
answer.
So we have a motion and a second to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 25 is to consider approval of a request to pay out compensatory time for identified employees within the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center and take appropriate action. Let's see here. We have a memo from PAMA identifying those individuals, and the funds to do this are available in unused salaries within the existing budget, I understand. Okay. Very good. Do we have a motion to approve item 25?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 26 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. And that item I have, was that scanned in? Okay, that's related to the airport directors.
Yes, sir.
PTO.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 27, consider approval of discretionary fund budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. Do I have any? This still throws me off the new system of how we do this, because, okay. So 27, there are none, but we do have multiple ones in item 28. Do I understand that correctly? Okay.
That's what it looks like.
All right, so we'll move to item 28, and that's to consider approval of 2025 budget amendments, and there are multiple ones scanned into the agenda packet in front of you. We can approve all them with a single motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We'll all need to sign all of those. And we have come to the end. That looks like that is our last item of business for today. So we will see everybody back here, same time, same place next week, and we will stand adjourned.